feel like that, you'll be made chairman. And if you're made chairman, that means someone's gonna have to take your place. Well, sir, no. Sir, I was wondering, I'm running for a position at Snobs, and I was wondering if you're good enough to second me. Oh, thank you, sir. As you know, it would mean all the most to my career. Do I know anyone in New York? No, sir. Do you, sir? Does she? What's her number? Waterfield 8? Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't dream of putting her down for expenses.
Last American Airlines, the airline that has driven more passengers at greater risk, greater speed, and greater expense, wishes to announce the arrival of their 1 millionth passenger, whose wife doesn't seem to quite understand it. So, if you're dying to fly, fly fast, American Airlines.
The chocolate box is proud to present Miss Ginny Romaine. I'm an all-American I'm an all-American female from an all-American town. I'm from all-American Main Street, USA. I eat all-American popcorn and chew all-American gum, which is why I talk this all-American way. I watch all-American movies, half the all-American night, on my all-American television screen. And like all-American females, I've an all-American dream to become an all-American movie queen. My all-American papa comes from Poland. He came here from Warsaw with my mom. Now she lives alone because my papa is an 18-karat all-American bomb. I get all-American goosebumps when I hear the stars and stripes. I'm an all-American niece of Uncle Sam. And I think that Mr. Eisenhower is absolutely swell. Really? When? I think that Mr. Kennedy is absolutely swell. What a lucky all-American girl I am. I am proud to be a citizen of the United States of America. And what is more important, I support the Fifth Amendment! Whatever it is. Rah, rah, America! Gee, what a bum audience! Do you have a cigarette? If they didn't sell ice water, no one would come here anymore. I mean, take a look at this place. What is it? What is it? What is it? I mean, it's basically Skid Row with just a cover charge. If I lined up all the Kirby Jordans I played end to end, I could make it all the way to Vegas. Gee, I'm hungry. You know, there's this really cute Chinese place on Mott Street. It's so chic, even the Chinese eat there. could you find Chinese food like this? Certainly not in China.
I love you, Ginny.
I bet you said that to all the girls.
It's funny you stop and have a chop suey with me like this. It's as though we were destined for one another.
My mother said I never should play in a Cadillac in the wood. If I did, she would say, I'll only be sorry on Labor Day. Daddy,
Susan, I'm sorry, I have to go.
don't be sorry. It's the story of my life.
What's the matter, Susan?
Daddy, you're hitting me. I'm sorry.
Oh, please don't apologize. It's the story of my life. Stop the world! Have you heard of Anton Niblock? Anton Niblock, his name was. Well, he was one of the greatest surgeons in the entire world. Did you know how he became a doctor? His father died one day from an attack of hiccups. Yes, hiccups. Now you're probably asking yourself, what does that prove? Well, it proves if it runs in your family, it's gonna happen to you. Because Anton Niblock died from an attack of hiccups. Yes, hiccups. But you know, you see yourself dead. Come on, dear. When I saw Susan walking down the aisle today, it's like someone turned the clock back 20 years. She reminded me so much of her mother. When I sent Susan to school in France, little did I realize she would be returning like this. I like to think about it as not so much as losing a daughter, as getting a son-in-law in the French Navy. Hello, Dad. No, I don't want any money. I just want someone to talk to. Feels funny with all the girls away from home. Now me and Evie have a little bit more time together. Where's all the time gone to? I've gone from T-boy to assistant manager in 20 years. Still make a damn fine cup of tea though. I'm even a member at Snobs, and I'm the president of my golf club, and I can't even play a stroke. How's that for opportunism? I have to be in politics. What, me? You're joking. I don't know anything about politics. Mind you, that shouldn't stop me, nor should they. You know what? I probably know more about world affairs than they all do combined. And with my influence at Snobs, there has to be a safe seat begging for me somewhere. I could be in the House of Commons by the end of the year. Oh, little chap MP. That doesn't sound too good to me, Dad. I think you should get that checked out if I were you. Little chap member of Parliament.
The only person who can bring the East and the West together is Comrade Lomtapovich, Member of Parliament. The only man who stands between us and world supremacy is Harry Littlechap. Jack Kennedy can't even take a bath with that little chap MP.
They're right. The world isn't a mess, and so was Lexington when I went there. Yet, I sorted that out, so why can't I sort this out? It's the same problem, basically. After all, a debate in the House of Commons can't be any different than the general shareholders meeting. After all, I do have a power of making money. That's the least you can say for the government. Right, there's gonna be some changes made around here. Get rid of those old conservatives and put in some new ones. That cabinet, that's out of date. We do realize we have no opposition to speak of. And tell the country I'm taking 2% off of income tax. 98% is quite enough. For once in my lifetime, a man knows a moment. One wonderful moment when fate takes his hand. For this is my moment, my wonderful moment, where I can explore a new and exciting land. For once in my lifetime, I feel like a giant. Jumbo, Drumwood, riding blue bar, poor Britannia's on her back. Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, nothing new but cha-cha-cha. Mumbo jumbo, Castro Q-bar, I think someone's gone too far. Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, voulez-vous, avec moi. Mumbo jumbo, entre nous, bar, bridge bar, do, ooh la la.
Ladies of the Folk of the Buff Field, it's my pleasure to introduce the opportunist candidate for this constituency, Mr. Lillichat.
Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, has your China got the bomb? If it's true now, Billy Sue now, we'll be blown to Kingdom Come.
We come up, you come up, on to the block!
Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, give the Democrats more cash. Helps the nation, stops inflation. How's your father in Wall Street crash?
We love you rich, we love you rich.
Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, cross the two bar off the street. We will fight them on the beaches, but we will lose between the sheets.
Members of the Motor Scooter Association, I'd like you to meet the opportunist candidate for this constituency, Mr. Lillichat.
Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, come and market, can't go wrong. Wash day Monday, send your undies, Chinese laundry in Hong Kong. Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, give the Africans their rights. Colored people are free too, but not as quite as free as whites. Mumbo jumbo, rhubarb, up your flu bar, Liberty Hall. And dear friends, if I'm elected,
Yes!
I'm alright, Jack. Screw you all!
Here are today's news. Today's elections have resulted in a landslide victory for Mr. Littletrap with a total of 999,999 votes. Birch Isolationist, 1 vote.
Hooray! 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 He's a jolly fellow, for he's a jolly fellow, for he's a jolly fellow, for he's a jolly fellow.
Once in my lifetime,
He's a jolly fellow,
I feel like a giant.
he's a jolly fellow.
I soar like an eagle, as though I had wings. For this is my moment, my destiny calls me.
3 cheers for Mr. Littletrap, MP! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Once in my lifetime, my destiny calls me. Just once in my lifetime, I'm gonna do great things. Fellow members of Snobs, may I say without any fear or contraception that if I can achieve for my company 1/10 of what I've achieved for England, I shall achieve 1/10 of what I've achieved for England for my company. Thank you.
Parliament is assembled. Gentlemen, be seated.
Hello, Harold. As Undersecretary to the Undersecretary to Nigel Forks, may I point out and triplicate that mumbo jumbo.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
As Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Eggs and Bacon, may I point out and duplicate that rhubarb.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
As Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Beers and Skittles, may I point out and singlicate that the hanky-panky.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
As Minister of Coronary Thrombosis, may I point out that pain. Great pain. Minister, great pain. I know a fellow once who had a terrible problem with biting his nails. And the teacher said, If you keep on biting your nails, I'm gonna make you wear boxing gloves. Did you know he was a world champion for 6 years? But even being world champion didn't cure him. You see, if it runs in your family, you can't do anything about it.
Welcome to Sunvale, the paradise of Penn, where ancient David's Englishmen retired nearly spent. Come back to nature in our garden, as long as you can put them in. Sunvale welcomes you.
Isn't it funny how people finally treat you with respect once you're almost nearly dead? I should get that tree cut back sometimes.
What's the matter?
You work your entire life just so you can retire, and once you retire, all you want to do is go back to work.
It's about to take you a little time to unwind.
I like your new haircut, Evie.
I've been wearing my hair like this for 35 years.
35 years. 35 years. How did you deal with someone like me?
Just glutton for punishment.
You must be my dear. And if we could live twice, I'd make life paradise for someone really nice like you. Why need someone nice like you? Have to fall in love with me. When I think of all the men that you could have loved, the men you should have loved, the ones who loved you, you're worth so much more than me. Believe you me, you know it's true. And if we could live twice, I'd make life paradise for someone really nice like you.
Ask why could someone nice fall in love with you? And when you think of love, I could have something I should have loved, who would have loved me? You miss your one could tell me if I love you till the way I do, but who knows I'm sure it hurts when the lies, but not the
And if we could live twice, I'd make life paradise for someone really nice like you. Hello, Bruce. I'm a gentleman of leisure now. Things have been quiet since you left. By the way, I was having lunch at Snob's the other day, and I heard a most extraordinary rumor going about. It strongly seems that I'm being tipped for a title. There's a lot of worse people I could think that they could give it to, but I think I should have it. I just do. In all honesty, I think I deserve it. I gave the best years of my life to this country. Goodbye, Bruce, wherever you are.
Kneel, little chap. Arise, Lord, little chap.
Good Lord. Evie! Evie!
Kneel, Lord, little chap. Honorary doctor, nephew, of the University of anywhere you like.
Good that boys' school. Evie! Evie!
Kneel, Lord, little chap. With this key and scroll, I grant you the freedom of Sludge Pool.
Well, you either have it or you don't. Evie! Evie!
Kneel, Lord, little chap. Winner of the Ig Nobel Prize for outstanding achievement in the field of parliamentary double talk.
Something I've always wanted. Evie! and me, Evie. Believe you me, Evie. You know it's true. And if we could live twice, I'd make life paradise for someone really nice like you. Stop the world! I knew a girl from Nantucket, and that she got her head stuck in a bucket. Everybody said, you look better that way. Then she said, so did Nantucket. Forget it.
Dad! Dad, where are you? Dad, where are you? Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you everywhere. Why didn't you come to my wedding?
What wedding? I didn't know you were pregnant.
You don't have to be pregnant to get married.
I've been writing my memoirs.
You're not a field marshal.
You don't have to be a field marshal to write memoirs.
You do if you want to sell them.
I don't want to sell them. I just want to write them. It's been so hard lately. I've been so tired.
I heard in the paper that they're trying to bring you back for the general election. Is that
Oh,
true?
they just want to put me on television and tell them what a bunch of splendid chaps they are.
Well, Dad,
Of course they're not. They need an expert liar like me to tell them the entire country what a bunch of splendid chaps they are.
Well, I have some
You
wonderful
see, it's a favor I owe the snobs. Good evening. In a few weeks, the country will be headed towards the polls, and there you will be to decide which party will lead this country during the difficult years that lie ahead. It is not for me to tell you who that is, but I would just like you to go over the government's record over the past 5 years. They want me to tell you that they're a bunch of splendid chaps, but in reality, the Western Bloc is ran by a bunch of Western Bloc heads. Never in human endeavor has so much been screwed up by so few for so many. Good evening. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I've been acting like this has been easy. It hasn't. But we must stick together and go forward. And if that doesn't work, we must go backwards together. If that doesn't work, we must go sideways together. But I love you, Evie. And if we work hard enough, we can have our own football team. And I like your new hairstyle for 35 years. So you see, Jane. Oh, she's gone. It's not easy writing your memoirs with a rotten memory like I have. There's so much to remember. Let's see, there was Moscow. Anya!
Over there's the Kremlin. To the right we have the broken heart of Anya Petrovich in the hands of the Western capitalist Little Chap.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Anya.
To the right we have a statue to commemorate Konrad Pilchapovich, a moral truck driver who ran over 176 human hearts in spite of his own selflessness.
Please don't
He
tell
was
me they sent me to
murdered.
Siberia.
But he done me wrong. No, but I definitely lost with his in the football team.
Pity, I reserved a special place on that football team. She is a wonderful girl. I think I'll call that chapter My Mission to Moscow, or I Was a Red Square.
But sir, I am Elsie Brandt. I've come to England to conquer the English.
Please don't.
In 10 years, Germany will rise again, mightier than ever, and the new day will dawn. I'm sorry, but I have to tell your wife about your misbehavior. I respect no violation to my territory.
Oh, she was a sour little crowd. I think I'll call that chapter The Final Solution to the German Problem, or Never Let Your Left Waffle Know What Your Right Waffle is Doing.
I'm an all-American
Gee,
female!
not
I'm
so
an
loud,
all-American
please.
town! I'm both!
Jeannie! Stop. Can you stop working that terrible club?
I could. Then again, I could starve to death. This is the land of the free, isn't it? Then again, nothing's really free.
Remember that Chinese restaurant on...
Mott Street? You know, I've been there so many times since then that if the China ever joined the UN, they make me an ambassador.
Oh, you and your terrible stories.
Did I ever tell you about the one where that American girl found love with that English businessman? It's not very funny, but it'll break your heart. Sure broke mine.
The problem with America is there's too few consumers chasing too few consumers chasing Ginny. I think I'll call that chapter The Great American Depression, or Never Sleep with the Chinese Ambassador. Now you see, Evie, the only person I was in love with was myself. What kind of fool am I? What do I know of life? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of cloud am I? In empty shells, a lonely cell in which an empty Romeo either. What kind of lips are these that kiss with empty love, that spread false love that left me alone like this? What kind of eyes are these that could not see what could be seen by everybody? What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away the mask of clay and live my life? Why can't I fall in love till I don't give a damn? And then maybe I'll know what kind of fool I am. My grandson. Why don't you pick on some of your own side for a change? You can take me, I'm sure the devil will pay a good price for me. Goodbye, grandson. Nice little chap. Got carried away there, didn't I? Halfway through the gate. They had the big book out and everything. You know what I like about circles? They don't have a start or an end. It doesn't prove anything, but makes you think, doesn't it?